Oh boy, I didn't want to do it. I'm telling you right now, I didn't want to do it. But guess what? We have to do it. We have to speak on this, unfortunately. And I can't believe I have to. Will Smith, Jada, and August. What a fucking situation. I'll say it again. What a fucking situation. Now, I don't want to go and do the deep dive into their whole life, how they're feeling, etc., etc., etc. But I'm just going to be on the surface level where I can say, this is bullshit. We've all heard they've got some type of open relationship, free spirit kind of thing going on. It is bullshit. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Let me just explain to you something. See, open relationships, yeah, they work only when you do it with someone you're not fully in love with, that you want to yourself. That's when it works. For example, me, I would just pick a nice, good fuck buddy to be my supposedly lover. Even though I don't love her, she's just a fuck buddy I'm cool with. I like to keep her around. That's a good companionship. And we just keep it there. She goes and does her thing. I'll go and do my thing. And I'm never hurt. I'm never feeling any type of way because you know what? I'm not in love with you anyway. Now, these two idiots have done it the opposite way. You've picked the love of your life, the person you want to bear your children the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. They've done, 24 years of marriage or something like that. And you want to do an open relationship with your partner who you've been with for 24 years of marriage. That is crazy. What drugs are they on? And do you know what's even worse? Watching it, look at Will's face. Will doesn't look like he's okay with this. At no point does it look like he's okay with this. Jada looks like she's a pretty strong woman and that she doesn't really need to be told anything by anyone. And obviously they've patterned their relationship so they can both be free. So he can't come out and say, like I feel like I don't want you to go out there and find your happiness. If that makes her happy, he's supporting that. He's okay with that. And that's the mad thing. That is why it is mad. Will's face, look at his face again. Look at his face. He's hurt. That's his woman. His woman that he was married for 20 years, because at that time when that was happening, it was 20 years of marriage. And apparently they split up or they broke up, whatever. It wasn't divorced. They just they was going for a rough patch or whatever. She went looking a little young man. Do you know how vexed I would be? You went looking a little young man. Nah, you're supposed to take your time to yourself and not get into anything with anyone because you're supposed to be hurt. You're supposed to be going through it. You're not supposed to be checking next man about your Jada's like, yeah, technically that I was helping him heal and blah, blah, blah. He was very sick. If man is sick, how you end up in a relationship with him? Deep that. If man is sick, how did you end up in a relationship with him? After 20 years of marriage with someone. That is mad to me. That is too mad. Anyway, I feel, my personal opinion, I feel Will needs to leave her clot. Leave her, kick her ass to the curb. She's no good for you. No good for you. You don't want a woman like that. You don't want a woman like that. Trust me, you don't. I can see it, like I was so hurt because if anyone knows Will, I've grown up on Will. Fresh Prince, and I've watched all these other movies, Men in Black, that made him like pop off, etc., etc. I've been with Will from the start. You get me? So I know, and kind of, I don't know him personally, don't get me wrong, but I know his type of character. I know who he was before we got to this. And now seeing his growth, it's like, I don't know how you got over here, bro. Like, I swear Will's from Philly. How you like this? How's your woman treating you like that? That is mad. That's your woman for 20 years, 24 years plus. And she's treating you like that. And it even felt like you guys hadn't even really discussed it proper. It felt like maybe you briefly did, but you had to kind of beat around the bush about questions you was asking, etc., etc. The whole interview was just cringy. If you haven't seen the whole interview, search it. I'm sure you can find it. But the whole interview is very, very cringy because they're tiptoeing. They're tiptoeing around the whole thing, really. Imagine she come and said, she didn't even say, I got into a full-blown relationship with August. What did she say? I got into an entanglement. What? Entangle who? Entangle who? Not entangle. So that's why we'll pull her up. Entanglement? What's an entanglement? Elaborate. He pulled her up on that because she didn't want to come out and say, look, I got into a relationship with a guy that was sick. That's almost like you basically taking advantage of a guy who's sick. And obviously he's a younger guy. He's going to be blowing the back out proper. You get me? He's a young guy, sick or not, but he's going to blow the back out proper. Will's an older guy, so he's probably not really popping in that department anymore, which happens for most humans, most men. The older you get, the less kind of function you got there to last, to pleasure your woman, etc., etc. But if that's what she's looking for, then be off. Don't do open relationship thing and try and say, I'm a free spirit, blah, 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 I'm looking for this, I want to feel happy about this, la, 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 la. Go and get your toy boy. That's what you need to do. It's very, very simple here. It's very, very simple. Now, I think it's disgraceful. I think it's very disgraceful. And this is why, like, you can tell this whole family, I don't want to curse out the family because I kind of like something about the family anyway, but you can just tell they're very different. They're very, very different. Even look at Willow and Jaden. They're very kind of unique, different type of kids. It's because their parents are so messed up. They've come out a bit messed up too. Don't get me wrong, they have good morals, like they respect and care for people and they're loving people. That's good about them. That's good about most people. But in general lines, they're weird. Like they will just be wearing different type clothes and etc. etc. It's even hard to even say like a man can't even wear women's clothes now because of the world is changing, and they're trying to open the door to freedom so men can wear women's clothes and feel free. I can't even say it's like a weird thing, but let my dog come through the flat. Bear with me. Anyway, I can't even say it's a weird thing because now it's supposed to be supported. It's allowed. We're actually getting to a point where kind of removing gender a bit as well. Gender is going to be non-existent, and the world is just going to be doing whatever it wants to do. Anyway, I'm going off topic a bit, but I'm just so hurt by this. I'm proper hurt by it. This entanglement. You let that entanglement. Oh my gosh. And Will was even saying like, yeah, I'm gonna get you back, and you can tell, it's one of those things like he wasn't okay with it. Like he wasn't okay with it. That means he found out at a time, and you didn't openly come out and tell him. It's just like something that probably came out, and he had to address you about it. But he's now like, I'm gonna get you back, all laughing it off, ha 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 ha. I'm gonna get you back. You can tell how awkward it is there. If you know energies, you can see how awkward that was there. So anyway, I think we'll just call it a day. If there's anything else I've missed, or if I've said anything that's a bit outlandish, a bit wrong, etc., then let me know below in the comments because yeah, I really want to know. But what's your opinions on this whole thing? Let me know if open relationships work. Am I the one chatting shit? Is their relationship the perfect relationship? Because a lot of people have blessed their relationship. A lot of people have said they want that type of relationship without really knowing that they're really going through some hardships. They're really going through some hardships. People hear the number 20 and 24 years of marriage and think, nah, they've got the secret. People think, nah, they've got the secret. I must get a relationship like them. Let me speak to them. Let me find out what it is that makes their relationship work like that. Listen, every relationship goes through trials and tribulations. Every marriage goes through trials and tribulations. It's not a secret. There's no secret to it. It's just the things that make it work is just communication, and that you always both know what page you're on. If you don't know what page you're on, it's always going to be a madness. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you lot think about this whole situation. Yeah, we'll see where it goes from here. August is still on Twitter, just doing Twitter fingers and all that, but we'll see. I don't think this is the end of it. It's definitely not the last we're going to hear of it for sure. But let's see where it goes. I'm out.